Hey guys, Monkey here. We're back to the original Android because apparently the iPhone took 2 whole extra days to upload that Valentine's video. I'm not doing that again. Again, I apologize for that as well. That really sucks. But yeah, with that being said, today is an unboxing. An unboxing I was not expecting to do today until I went down to my local GameStop and finally decided, hey, I have the money. I just sold a few of my things. How much did I get? 120. How much did I spend? 80. Then I spent 28 for an Xbox gift card for a buddy of mine. Then the 8 for another gift card for the other buddy. One was driving and the other I was just doing a favor. But yeah, the 80 was for this. And it's already been opened, just had to make sure that it's what I'm actually buying. I didn't want to risk it being a returned thing than it not being the thing that I ordered. Or not ordered, bought. But yeah, as you can see, it's the Legacy GoBots 3-pack with GoBot Pathfinder, GoBot Smallfoot, and GoBot Treads. And as you can see, Transformers Legacy United, GoBots Mighty Robot Mighty Vehicles. It was either me getting this or that Leader Class TF1 Optimus Prime. I'm not really a collector of the Leader Class live action figures unless if it's a whole other character. Like, there's only ever one character I might get that's actually like huge, and it's probably going to be that Stratosphere, because eventually they are going to have to do a Stratosphere, and he looked amazing. He looked really good in the film, so I'm rocking with that design. It's that and the Transit figure. Those two are the only two I'm actually interested in modern day studio series that I want to get, because once they do make them, they will. I do plan on getting them. But to be fair, that Stratosphere may be Titan class. I just realized I have to get two of the other guys for our size comparisons. Since I don't have Cosmos yet, Amazon seemed to have lost him, because my auntie, she got me Cosmos as a Christmas present, or pre-ordered him for a Christmas present, and Amazon seems to not want to bring it down to us. But yeah, 8 Plus, Hasbro, go to the side. This is also my very first Generations figure, so I don't really know what else to say about the box. It's very bland, kind of. Got Treads, was Smallfoot, and Pathfinder. Go to the top, Transformers Legacy United, and GoBot Guardians 3-pack, Guardian GoBots, Pack de 3 figurines, GoBot Guardians 3 pack, Guardians GoBot pack, Pack de 3. I'm not even gonna try. GoBot Pathfinder, Smallfoot, and Treads. Authentic Transformers. Deluxe Class, Classe Deluxe, Deluxe Classe, Classe de Luyo. Open her up. Oh, I just realized the inside of the box looks really cool, actually. Like, look at that. That's neat looking. Oh. Alrighty. Let's get our figures out. There's Smallfoot. Feels pretty good, actually. Like, comparing the feel to Gears, feels pretty nice. Heads move pretty well. Looks to be different material for the head, though. Gears is a bit more glossy, while Smallfoot's seems to be a bit more flat. Kind of like what Gears' chest is made out of, actually. Let's put Smallfoot out off to the side. Let's get Treads out. Saving Pathfinder for last, since I really like to save the new molds for last. Just kind of what I've been doing. Do need to do a video on my Warpath figure. Rotate the arms, rotate the fist. Ooh, it's a Decepticon, too. It'd be nice to have a new green Decepticon. Don't really have many of those. The only other green one I have is Lockdown, Brawl, and the Sparkless Seeker. Comparing the two, I like the gunmetal on the inside of the face. And finally, Pathfinder. Almost said Smallfoot. Oh, is there another one in here? Oh, it's just his backpack getting caught. Figure feels really nice, actually. Can't wait to see how the rest of this guy turns out. I mainly got this set for Pathfinder, considering I don't have a Cosmos mold. Plus, I don't really have a UFO. So, yeah. Then we just want to pull upwards gently so I don't tear the box. There's our instructions. Looking pretty good, actually. I like that. Then our baggie of accessories. Now, the box here, I don't care if I tear. Let's just toss that off to the side. Oh, one more piece. Would have sucked to throw out Smallfoot's chest. Alright. Push that. Oh, hey, Smallfoot has a little rubber band on him. There you go. Toss that. Toss that. And toss that. Grab the gun. Plug it into the hand. Ooh, a bit of a tight fit. Pathfinder has 2 accessories. This really neat looking flag, actually. I like that. Then this nice blaster. And Smallfoot, or Treads, has their pauldron or back kibble. I prefer having it on the back for this mold because it does fill in the silhouette a little bit. Makes them feel a bit more compact or like a bit more blocky, like the G1 aesthetic a little bit more. And then finally, Pathfinder. Get the gun. If it wants to go in the hand, there we go. And just plug the flag into the side for fun, I guess. And yeah, there's our main 3. Put Pathfinder off to the side. Treads compared to Warpath. Smallfoot compared to Gears. I wonder how they landed on Smallfoot as a name. I wonder how they landed any of these names. Like, Treads is the only one that really makes sense here. You know, Treads is a tank. Tanks have treads. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit further. Just readjusting how I sit. There you go. But let's pull out our original molds and get to the reviewing. Smallfoot is a repaint and slight retool of the Gears mold. Let's get Gears back in here, I guess. Chest is the exact same. Everything is exactly the same, besides color, except for the head. Head, it goes for this more goggle, a bit more of a blocky aesthetic with the face, keeping the sides the same. While Gears, well, is Gears. It goes for this much more round, more half of an orange kind of shape. Really like it, though. Looks beautiful. And backpacks, same. Instead of going with the tinted blue, they've went with black windows. The back's practically the same as well. Let's see, is the inside detail at all different? You know, new figure, new details, I guess. Let's see. No, not really. It's all the same. Different materials for this section, but for the most... Oh, wait, no, they're the same. It's the heads that are different materials. This uses like a bit more of a flatter kind of red, while this one uses a bit more of a polished, I guess. Is the kind of the word I'm looking for. Either way, they both look really nice. I'm loving the colors on Smallfoot here. And let's... There you go. And as you can see, I go by color coding on my shelf. So yeah, I'll be going... this figure will make a nice... These 2 figures will make a nice spot on my shelf. God, I'm going to have to make room for Heatwave, though. Because I do plan on buying that Heatwave, by the way. He looks good. I'd love to have a bulkhead variant again. I had the Wreck and Rule bulkhead. Not the greatest QC. Paint job, by the way, the paint job was good, but chipped too easily. It came pre-chipped, might I add. But yeah, as I said, I'd love to have a bulkhead mold or variant of bulkhead again. But yeah, back to the figure. You're not here to hear my thoughts on other guys. I am excited for that Heatwave, though. Same with the Skybite, but he's not striking me as much as I would usually like. But yeah, articulation. There's a swivel here and here. If you untab the backpack a little bit, you can get your full rotation. This figure has more head articulation than a lot of figures. We have a side to side. That far of an up, that far of a down. It is a pretty noticeable down for this mold. And just feels overall really nice to move. Arms can go all the way back and all the way forward. Out that far. I love how small foot transforms. Butterfly joints here and here. There's a bicep swivel. Double elbow bend, which makes small foot look absolutely gorgeous. There's a wrist swivel right here, full 360. Waist swivel. There's a hinge here, more for transformation, but if you want to use the detail in the robot mode, that hinge is there. But yeah, full 360 waist swivel. Legs can kick back that far, kick forward that far, and a little bit up if you don't let that tab stop you. If you go past the whole clearance of the tab, it does look really nice though. Double knee bend because of transformation. Thigh swivel. Legs can go out that far. Oh. There you go, out that far, in that far. And there's an ankle tilt, or pivot. Depends on your personal preference. But yeah, with that being said, let's go into the vehicle mode of Smallfoot. Wait, actually, no, we can't do that just yet. We gotta get the guns over here. 1 second. Put Gears right there. Gears, has this black gun. Really nice, but it's black. No color. That sounds really weird out of context. But it's just a solid black gun. So, While Smallfoot, on the other hand, has it painted. And to say the least, I may just have to switch out Gears' piece with this one, because it looks gorgeous. I love how that looks on Gears. But obviously, I believe in the cartoon Gears does have a black gun. So for the sake of G1 accuracy, you must stick with the black gun. Either way, the mold is really nice. I do just like... Oh, you guys can't even see it on camera. The mold is overall really nice. I love the magazine, the slight indents, and just nicks of detail in there. On the other side, same thing. The only difference is port. And it is Blast Effect compatible. I have no Blast Effects next to me right now, but please trust my word that it's a 3mm port, meaning you can use Blast Effects. For example, we get Treads over here. 3mm port, put the gun in there, bam. It can accept Blast Effects. That just proves it. Is it the best way to prove that? I don't know. You tell me. But it's still nice. I'm going to just put the gun off to the side. And we're going to go into the transformation of Smallfoot now. The first thing you want to do is just bend the elbows all the way in, like so. And then untab the back. Flip out the wheels right here and here. Rotate the head all the way around. Then you're going to want to pull this chest down. Flip up this panel. Flip out the wheels. And then fold in the arms. Lot to do in this little section right here. But in the end, it's going to be really worth it. Then collapse this entire section downward. Right there. And if it wants to go in, give it just a moment. Is there something in there, or is it just not wanting to tap in? Let's see. Is there something wrong with the mold? Okay, well, I guess we can just rock with that for a little bit until we figure it out. Your next step is you're going to want to come to the feet. There's these panels right here and here that you're going to want to flip all the way out. Utilize that double knee bend to tab it right there. And right there. Do be careful with the side panels here though, because these ankle panels right here are painted. So any chipping to that may make the vehicle look a bit ugly. As you can see, for the most part though, the paint is working. Ooh, a bit buggy. I'm not sure if it's being buggy for you or if it's just me, but it was a bit choppy there. Now what you're going to want to do is these tabs on the knees will go into these slots right here and here. You know what I remember? I remember when people thought this Gears figure was going to be a heavy retool of Brawn because of because of these little tabs on the knees, or like near the knees. These tabs, a lot of people thought it would be a retool of Brawn because of it. Nope. Completely new mold and better off for it. Because my God, it is beautiful. My camera's making him look a lot more yellow than he is. If you were to see this guy in person, it looks a lot better. But in person, this flame orange-esque color is really nice. I love it. The black for the windshields and windshield and windows is really nice. The color matching between the orange paint and the orange plastic works really well. The red painted bumper and the silver grille looks nice. The headlights being painted in silver is nice. Kind of wish they used a bit of that extra $20 on the headlights to paint them like a red or silver. Well, not silver. It's already silver. To give it like a yellow, kind of. Chest paint. I forgot to mention the paint in the robot mode. The paint on the head was really nice. As you can see, the chest paint uses gold and silver with a beautiful Autobot logo, might I add. Forgot to mention that in robot mode. And in vehicle mode, we have this black square with this Autobot logo right here. And weapon storage, you can put the gun right here, or my personal favorite, if you didn't do this, you will have to untransform him pretty largely. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go do something. Now, like I was saying, untab here, bring this up a little bit. Then what you're going to want to do is rotate one of the hands this way. Then close it all up. This hand, being this way, will allow you to store the gun in the hand. And actually, better yet, you might want to, first of all, I think it's better off that way. You're going to want to attach the gun before you transform him all the way. Kind of just do it in whatever position you want before you can start modifying the position you need. So kind of just have it like angled out like that if you really just want to get it in. Never really had this much trouble with this Gears mold. Degradation might be striking it already, which will really suck considering it's a really good mold. But I've never had trouble pegging the hood of it in like that before. But yeah, I'll say, and you could just store the gun under Gears' Smallfoot's alt mode, just like that. The only downside is you might have just like a bit of the magazine sticking out, and if that bothers you, then you could just switch it over to this hand and have none of it sticking out, and in the end you'd still have clearance for it to roll, which is a pretty nice way to store it. Though the instructions may mention that, I'm not sure. You know, I don't really transform these figures with the mind of, oh yeah, I gotta look at the instructions. I mainly like to do it without the instructions, except for when it's really expensive figures. Either aftermarket or retail priced expensive. But yeah, gonna transform Gears off camera. Then we'll see the alt modes. Just a heads up. Oh, there it goes already. 1 second. Okay, yeah, it's not going back in. A heads up, if you do try to store the gun like this, be prepared to like fiddle with it a little bit. Because when you do try to store it in there, like as you can see, it's not going to really go in like that now. You have to do it before you close up the panel. Like before you put it in all the way. So, like so. It might be the thumb joint that might be the thumb mold in there. That's might be preventing it to get in. Let's see. Let's try it now. There you go. As you can see, completely hidden from top view. Side view, it's there, but does not stop his rolling capability, except for if his wheel just goes in. But yeah, comparing the two, both just overall look really nice. The alt modes come together really well. They just look good. I'm removing the gun now. And yeah, the only downside is, chest in the back, but even then I don't really care, For as long as everything else looks really nice, I can give not much of a damn about how the back looks. Because, you're not always going to get a view of the back of the car. Well, I guess you usually do, Someone drives their car like this. But even then... Ooh, 1 second. Smallfoot rolls really well. Gears does not roll that well. Well, Smallfoot got a bit of a bonus. Smallfoot got a bonus over Gears. But, yeah. That being said, Smallfoot is now out of our equation here. And now, the next figure is Treads. Treads was my very first one of the mini-bots. I didn't even have a Bumblebee yet. By the time I got Warpath was a freebie given to me by my buddy. More than a buddy, my brother. As you can see, Warpath has definitely seen his fair share of transformations. But, still a really nice figure. Feels really great. Legs are a little looser than they used to be. I really hope... Oh, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Treads' tank barrel's a little loose. Huh. I can work with that, though. No figure's perfect. Oh, actually, I have another Warpath. Give me just a moment. Let me go grab him. Alright, I got him. I got the best one. You guys are going to love it. MPH Warpath. Not officially licensed by Hasbro. This is a third-party figure. But gotta compare the two, because he is still Warpath. Warpath is officially the second figure I have the most versions of, only being out by Optimus Prime. I have three versions of Bumblebee, Reactivate, 86, and Origins. Then maybe 4 if you want to count Goldbug, but at this point I count Goldbug as his own guy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 versions of Optimus Prime: Rise of the Beast, Revenge of the Fallen, VNR, 86, and TF1 Optimus. And the second figure I have multiples of is Warpath. I have 2 versions of Warpath. Warpath and Warpath. We have Kingdom Warpath with MPH Warpath. And obviously this is its own character, but it uses the Warpath mold, so I'm just going to toss it in there. Seems to be a bit of a problem there. When you try to bring the arm to the side, it naturally just goes out. Does Warpath do that? Warpath doesn't do that, but Treads does. And that's only that arm. Treads' other arm is just fine. Is there excess material in there or something? It's going to be a bit annoying. I believe, yeah, this piece is sculpted in gunmetal gray, or casted in gunmetal gray and then painted green. Cool. Yeah. Oh, right. Size comparison between the two goobers. Treads compared to MPH Warpath. Gonna put you by Mjolnir, or the head of Mjolnir. Oh, there you go. Oh, there goes Pathfinder. About time too. You've been like at a weird angle this entire time. The hell? Is there something stuck inside? Where is that sound coming from? What is that? Where'd it go? Oh my god, it's the cap to small warpath. So for some reason on MPH warpath, this little piece broke off. Now that I know where that's at, I can glue that back on. Because I have super glue on me right now. So I'll have to fix that. Alrighty, well, let's just put that back together. We'll pauldron it this time. Warpath is a brilliant mold. For one of the earlier mini-bots, he is an amazing one earlier in the sense of like the recent figures. Basically anything after Power of the Primes I consider the recent, like modern Transformers. Warpath was one of the earlier mini-bots. I think the one that preceded him was Bumblebee and Cliffjumper with their Earthrise figures. Which, yeah, you know, it's not Transformers without Bumblebee or Cliffjumper. I think those are the only two mini-bots we really got in Siege and Earthrise. Then Kingdom came around with Warpath. Brilliant figure, by the way. Amazing. And now we got new versions of Bumblebee, which I hope we get a new Cliffjumper out of. Maybe not the Bumblebee mold entirely. Some retooling necessary, but I do hope we get something out of that. Then we also got Goldbug, which I'm counting as its own variant. Then in Kingdom we got Huffer and Pipes, like that. Legacy Year 1, I think we got a mini-bot. Oh yeah, Cosmos in the Legacy Velocitron. Year 2, with Evolution, we got Beachcomber. Then Legacy United, we got Gears and these three fellas. And in 86, we got Brawn. Amazing figure, by the way. I'm not sure if... I think I did... Yeah, I did a video on Brawn. So, great figure. But with that being said, Treads is a Decepticon. As you can tell by the logo. We need more Decepticons in mainline. I know we've gotten a good amount of them lately. But we need, like... I'm not asking for an entire wave exclusively of Decepticons. But that's also kind of what I'm asking. Because I'd love to have a wave almost entirely of Decepticons. You cannot tell me that's not promising sounding, or that does not sound cool in some way. The only accessory that Treads comes with is this shield piece, which is mainly just for the tank mode. You know, helps fill in the gap. And if you lose it, you're kind of screwed. Throws it immediately after saying that. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so the tab prevents the arm from just... boing. There it is. But yeah, detail on Treads is really nice. The head sculpt is just Warpath, but with the face being painted gunmetal gray and red eyes, opposed to Warpath's white face and black eyes. Warpath is one of the only Transformers, like Autobots, to not use blue eyes in like G1 Transformers. I like that. We need to have more figures like that. It's nice. Shoulders are molded green, or shoulders are molded and painted green, and then utilize gunmetal as like more accessory colors, you know, little add-ons and tidbits, you know. Treads, his forearms are gunmetal gray in mold, but on the forearm section is painted green. Fists are molded out green, same with the joint hinge, like here. A lot of the stuff is just molded green. The only thing that I think isn't is this piece. Or this piece is molded green, then painted gunmetal. The treads are molded gunmetal, then painted green, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it. And I think that's really all that's left of like the color changes and distribution here. So now that leaves articulation. Also, just to say this, the details on this figure is amazing. Let's say once I get to doing this guy's video by himself and this guy's video by himself, you guys will hear a lot of me repeating what I've said for these guys. Mainly because I won't have anything else to say. These guys are just really nice. But yeah, Your first step is to flip out the back treads here, fold them, or flip them out, then tab them between these two tabs right here and here, so it all kind of just locks together. This tab right here will go into this slot right here on the forearm, like so. Oh wait, man, we didn't go over articulation, did we? That'd really suck. You guys come here to learn about this mold's articulation just to not even learn it. Head's on a ball joint, looks up that far, looks down that far, tilt side to side, and full 360. Arms are on a swivel, full 360. Arms can go back that far, forward that far, up that far, down that far, out that far, and full 360 rotation at the bicep. There's just about 90, yeah, almost exactly 90 degrees. Wrist swivel, full 360. Bit of a pain to twist, but it's there. Full 360 at the waist. Thighs feel really loose. Or not loose, but like feel really smooth. I like that. Legs can go, oh, straighten that out. Legs can go forward that far. If we move this butt flap out of the way. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Legs can go up that far, or like forward that far, and back that far. Legs can go out that far for both sides, so you can do the splits. 360 rotation at the thigh, and one of the earlier figures to do the double mushroom peg system, I believe. Because that's when I really started to notice the double mushroom pegs. I think they started late into the Earthrise, but like early Kingdom and from now on, this is when they really started utilizing the double mushroom peg. Because if you guys have owned an Earthrise Optimus, you know that quite a few copies just kind of dissolved at that joint for the hips when they used nothing but a single mushroom peg. Though I think that's just more circumstance. But thigh joints, I'm happy they're using double mushroom pegs. And some figures use them in the elbows, or like the arms as well, which is really nice. There's a bend at the knee, just slightly under 90. There is an ankle tilt or pivot, personal preference, goes that far, and clicks. Really scary when it does that, I won't lie. I think this is as far as it's intended, but you can force it to go further out. But I believe its intended range is this. But you can force it to go further. Though, be aware that could risk breaking the figure. So, you've been warned. Did not mean to shake the camera, sorry. Now, back to what I was saying about transformation. Flip out the treads, tab them in. Same thing for the other side. And as I mentioned, tabs, slots, put together. This butt flap actually stays down there because of how it transforms. You're going to then want to pull this whole system down like that. Then you could flip out this butt flap. If it wants to flip up, give it a moment. There you go. I need to put a pin between that joint. Just makes it easier. Then pull out, then like that. Then you're going to want to untap this piece right here. Push out this turret. Flip in the head. Then flip that up. Move the whole assembly here upwards. Flip this panel in the back of the heel outward. Rotate the joint like that. And I did it the wrong way. You want to have it this way. Because you're going to want to flip these joints out like so. Have that one there. Rotate this joint upward and in. Just like so. Kind of just turn the turret out of the way. This is more or less my personal preference. You don't have to, but if you want more clearance to work with stuff, I would suggest doing that. Now you kind of just want to finagle everything together. Make sure everything's tabbing in, working together. Make sure that tabs in at the back. There's these two tabs right at the back here that I'm trying to get to go into each other. but they just love being a pain, which is why they broke on the original Warpath, because of how much of a pain it is just to actually get them in. There we go. With that all tabbed together. The shield piece has tabs right here, and right here, and here. Then have that go in like so. And bam. That is Treads. Gonna transform Warpath off camera, and I'll meet you guys in just a moment. Alrighty, got Brawn, I keep saying Brawn. Warpath transformed. Let's pull Pathfinder out of the way for now. And, first of all, you can see the paint shipping from just how much I transformed this guy. Good figure. Ever get a chance, get him. But as you can see, basically just the same exact thing, just in green. It's like getting that really rare camo, and it's just the same thing. One different badge, and then it's just a different color. It really does look good, though. This mold overall, Warpath's alt mode just rocks because of how beautiful it is. It is a beautifully sculpted mold. The details and the treads, the side panels, the underside is pretty clean for what it's trying to do. Like, if you remove this piece, you're going to have a bit of a gap in the front. But even then, like, for the most part, I don't really care if there's a gap in the front. For as long as it's a fun, intuitive, and, most importantly, unique transformation, I'm happy with it. I like the headlights. They look nice. Little, just rivets and handles and just all this in here is beautiful. And I cannot wait to do Warpath's review. Funnily enough, I think I might just do what I did for these guys, review all three at once, but then just do it with the original molds. For size comparisons, we got Warpath, Smallfoot, and since I don't have Pathfinder transformed, Gears. Let's just grab these guys out. And finally, Pathfinder, the main figure that I don't even have a mold of. Because Cosmos is was notoriously a pain in the ass to get. People were charging almost $200 for him used. They were asking $200 for this guy used. Not this guy, but Cosmos used. We can all agree how ridiculous that pricing is. $200 for a used figure? Oh, that's how that works. That's just nuts. But that's what they were asking back then. Luckily, we got that package refresh. And now Velocitron Cosmos, maybe not as cheap as United Cosmos, but pretty cheap. That's for sure. This figure, like, just getting a feel for him, feels good. I like it. Bicep swivel feels nice. Bit gappy, but I don't really care. Figure just overall feels pretty good. I'm happy with how it feels. Oh, hand's a bit hollow. No swivel at the hand either. I don't really care. Swivel at this whole section here. Arm goes out in 360, or not 360. It gets stopped by this little piece here. Don't really care though. Mostly there. You can pull this part back. Interesting. There's a... You could poof this guy. If you're wondering what poofing is, it's a term I believe that toy guy made, where basically, if a figure can have its head out in its alt mode, for example, actually the perfect example, I believe this is the very first figure that toy guy did this thing with, Warpath. That's poofing. Having the figure's head out on the alt mode. I believe that's what that is. Or that is what it is, but I believe that's the whole definition of it. This Pathfinder feels really nice, though. I was going to say, I haven't handled this mold before. Mainly got this because I'm worried that Cosmos might just get entirely canceled. I really hope it doesn't, though. I'd kill for just a nice Cosmos figure. The accessory is a flag. Because, Velocitron Cosmos just had a racer flag and a gun. Which the gun's nice. I do like the gun. but it had the option to be just a flag. It looks good, though. This just makes me more excited for Cosmos, though. I say the figure feels really nice. I like how it feels. The head moves really well, too, might I add. Like, it feels really nice to just touch and move. Just toss the gun off to the side for now. Shake test. Holds up really well. I like it. Joints move beautifully. Nice and smooth, like butter. Like I said, that head, first of all, just looks really nice. That's straight up just a Cosmos head. Like, if you couldn't see any of the blue here, that's just Cosmos. But the head moves really nice. Looks up that far, looks down that far, tilts side to side that far. Full 360 because it's on a ball joint. Feels really nice. 360 at the shoulders. Arms can go out that far. Don't swivel right here, as I could risk scratching the paint. The paint's coming off as green on camera. I don't like that. The color matching isn't perfect, but it's definitely better than that. But if you're going to use the bicep swivel, swivel here, then bend. As if you swivel with this joint paint like this, it could run the risk of... it will scratch the paint if you're not gentle. There's no wrist swivel, but wrist can go in. Waist swivel, as shown. Legs can go back that far. A little over, actually. Forward that far. If you move the side skirts out that far. 360 at the thigh swivel. Another instance of the double mushing peg. Knee bends back that far. And a pretty good ankle pivot, actually. Like, this one feels... I like the extreme ankle pivots, but I do also just like a more natural pivot. Like, this looks like this figure could pop... This looks like the... Pathfinder looks like they are actually capable of doing this ankle pivot. Which I do like. I like that. With that being said, you're going to watch me try to figure out this figure's transformation. So yeah, we're going to want to fold the hands in. Flip the head in. Flip these panels out, I believe. This is like my favorite thing to do with Transformers, though. Just figure out how it transforms. I believe you do this. Rotate the panels around. That. Snap these into the thigh, or the ankles, I think. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to undo the legs real quickly. So we can swivel that. Oh, it collapses. God, I love when something like that collapses. That's cool. There's just something really cool about when a part collapses into it instead of doing something you would usually expect. That tabs in there. I believe we slide that up all the way, then tab it into the side right there. And that's Pathfinder. This looks so stupid. I love it, though. This is Cosmos to the max. Ooh, that head gets a bit caught in there, though. That might be a concern. But yeah, you can poof Cosmos. Does it push down at all? No? Okay. Does it get caught? Oh, please don't tell me it gets caught. The head gets caught on it, I think. That's not good at all. Besides that, this figure looks good. I like this. And I cannot wait to get my hands on Cosmos now. Because this figure feels really nice. I cannot wait for that Cosmos. That was intuitive. And to think this was originally going to be a retool of 86 of Origins Bumblebee. They were originally going to make this an Origins Bumblebee retool. And I'm so happy they didn't. Because this looks so beautiful. The silver looks nice. The little blasters at the front, which is Blast Effect compatible. The circular design of everything looks good. I love how it all just came together. I just like flipping this back and forth. God, if you ever get your hands on Cosmos, I don't blame you if you do this. And no, I thought you might be able to do something with these tabs. You can't. Either way, this figure feels great. If you have your if you have a chance to get this box set of figures, I say get it. This honestly feels really good for what it is. You get 2 Autobots and 1 Decepticon. All 3 of them are made out of amazing molds. Cosmos' mold right here feels amazing. Warpath has been out for quite a few years. It feels great still. Gears is a recent but still amazing mold as well. These figures are really fun. I like them. I got these instructions too. Let's see. I like to check out the instructions when I'm done with everything. Oh, these are... It's like a whole Star Wars intro here. What's the backside comprised of? The backside's exclusively exclusively Pathfinder. Are you kidding me? They knew how legendary getting a reuse of the Cosmos mold was. They're like, we gotta have a whole pamphlet dedicated to this guy. Nah, I was gonna say, he's an amazing figure, though. Ooh, more trash. Well, with that being said, see you all in the next video. Thank you for your time, and goodbye, my monkeys.